There we go. Welcome back to the live stream, everybody. Thank you guys for joining me. It's been about a week and a half since I did my live. I was on a live with Ross and Dedrick and them, and then I did my live stream. So, anyway, today we have a bunch of new fragrances to talk about, courtesy of Jim, one of my subscribers. I'll tell you guys about that in a little bit. But today I am wearing that guy right there, Spice Bomb Infrared Eau de Parfum. I wore a bunch of different fragrances today, to be honest with you. I wore, let's see, yeah, 4 different fragrances today. Subscribers, I'll tell you guys about that. Sorry. So anyway, let me know what your scent of the day is, and then we'll get into these. Today we're going to be talking about 4 different fragrances. The first one is going to be Amouage Royal Tobacco. The second one is going to be Terence Hughes Slut. Slut. And third is going to be Terence Hughes Neon. And the fourth one is going to be one of the ones in the thumbnail, and that is Triumph of Bacchus. What's going on, Kevin? From Lakeland, Florida. I'm surprised you didn't say that this time. What's up, Traffic? How you doing, bud? So yeah, we're going to go over those, and I did put the Triumph of Bacchus back into the box just so I could show you guys the presentation, but I did wear it yesterday, so I can tell you a little bit about it. The other 3, I have only sprayed the Amouage once, but the other 2, I haven't tried at all. Not even a sniff. But anyway, let me know what your scent of the day is today. What's up, all genre? Scent of the day is none. A lazy Sunday. It's always sometimes the best. That's why I was trying to think if I wore anything today, because I was outside planting my garlic. For those of you guys who are not gardeners, like I garden all the time. I have like 500 plants outside during the spring and summer, but during the fall and winter, you actually plant your garlic around November. So right now I just planted garlic. I planted 107 of them, and then I also have tulips and stuff that I put in for my daughter and my wife. But yeah, anyway, not that you guys care. What's going on, Nigel? What's up, JTS? What Amouage do you like? So I have tried now. This is my 7th Amouage. The other 6, I didn't really like any of them. I tried Jubilation. I tried Diaman. I did like Beach Hut. Didn't love. It was very situational for the spring. Very herbaceous. But it's not bad. That's the only one that I can say I enjoyed. And then I also had a couple other ones. I know Hamzat could let you know which ones I have, or Newton, because I did a review on them during a live. I just can't remember, and I have so many decants that I would have to root through it to find them. But the only one that I liked so far was Beach Hut, and I'll tell you if I like this one. It smells like something that I own. So I will tell you that. It does smell like something, and it's designer, surprisingly. And it's new. But anyway, Jim Little is the one I was talking about. He's so I'll tell you right now. So Jim and me, we did a trade. So I had a bottle and a 75% of pure Havana, and you guys know I was selling the 75% one, and so I have a full one that's still completely sealed. And the 75% one I was selling, and Jim said, "Hey, instead of selling it, do you want to trade me for Triumph of Bacchus?" And I was like, I was going to get it anyway at some point in time, so sure, why not? And he also threw in the Amouage Royal Tobacco and the 2 Terence Hughes. So this entire video is pretty much brought to you by Jim. I gave him a few decants, not ones that are as sexy as the decants he sent me, but I gave him Ingenious Ginger, I think Platine Privé, and Sundrunk. I think Platine Privé was one of them. I can't remember. Anyway, if you are new in the channel, make sure to subscribe. Everybody else, like, so that we can get this onto the algorithm. And then also let me know your scent of the day. What's going on, Gabriel? How you doing? Scent of the day is Light Blue Living Stromboli. What the hell is Light Blue Living Stromboli? I think did you mean to put Light Blue Summer Vibes or something like that? Scent of the day is Amouage Boundless. That one I have not tried. And then the best is Jubilation 25. I tried that, didn't like it. Was not my favorite. And the thing is that I was talking to my moderators yesterday. For Amouage, so far, of the 7 that I tried, they were all very, very, very situational. And so I will not spend $185 to $250 for a bottle of something that I can't really wear that often. And literally every single one of them is situational that I've tried so far. There are other ones that I do want to try from the line. And this one, Royal Tobacco, it makes me want to try even more. Just an FYI, so I do like it. What's going on, Eddie? What's up, Nigel? No, I already said what's up. He's wearing 1981 Los Angeles. That is one of the best cheapies out there for the fall. If you haven't tried it, definitely go try it. It has a lot of different things going on in it for something that I got for $9. Hamzat, Newt, what's going on, guys? Sound of the day is Journey Man. So you guys are all wearing Amouage. I didn't even know you guys had Amouages. I knew that Newt did. I didn't know that Hamzat did. Jasada Ambassador Intense. So if you guys are ever wondering about Jasada Ambassador, the original Ambassador is kind of like a tropical mango sauvage. The Intense is kind of their version of Sauvage Elixir, and the Womo is also kind of like a version of Sauvage Elixir, but a little bit further away from it. It's just, they both remind me a little bit of Sauvage Elixir with their own little twists to it. I gave Ross the rest of the decants that I had. I still have the regular one, but the other two I didn't really need. But anyway, oh, speaking of Ross, what's going on, man? Last night I got home from downtown at 9:30 and figured you didn't want me to talk to you at 9:30 at night, so yeah. What's going on, Ross? Everybody, I'm guessing you probably already follow Ross, but if you don't, definitely go over and do that. Sound of the day is Percival from Matt. What's going on, bud? So again, today we are going to be reviewing, let's just start with the box. So again, I put this back in the box just so you could see the art that's going on with Christian's. This is the first one of Christian's that I've ever had. Again, I did this in a trade with one of my subscribers, Jim. He's already in the chat. But I traded my 75% pure Havana for this. And this is Argos Triumph of Bacchus. I do not want to ruin this box, but it looks like the painting, because there is a painting out there, at least from what I understand, called Triumph of Bacchus. There's a painting that looks like this, and I'm pretty sure that's what's wrapped around the box right now. I mean, I could be wrong. When I looked up Triumph of Bacchus, a painting came up, so I'm guessing that's what it is. And there's an entire story that I will not read to you guys on here. I'm not going to bore you with that. It is inside the box right there, but it comes in this little folded card with a magnet strip right here. And then the bottle comes on the inside. Beautiful bottle. But I do want to say, Jim, I'm not sure if you had this issue, but I went out and got super glue yesterday. But the cap, the inside of the cap, it doesn't stick to it. So now I have to take that off, and I'm super gluing it tomorrow. But yeah, I'm not sure if that happened to you. But anyway, the bottle is really, really hefty in your hands. This is my first Argos, and yeah, really excited. So I talked to Christian a couple months ago, and they're going to be sending me some kind of care package in January. I'm not sure exactly what, but this is not going to be in it now that I own a bottle. But this is Triumph of Bacchus. I already wore it yesterday, so I already know what it is. So technically, this isn't my first impression. But anyway, this is a really nice fragrance. It's a tale of two fragrances, though. You know what's crazy is that I heard a lot of people talking about this. Not reviewers, a lot of subscribers talking about Triumph of Bacchus and what it was all about. And I always heard two fragrances mentioned. Carlisle and Red Tobacco. Carlisle, Red Tobacco. Carlisle, Red Tobacco. Honestly, I didn't pay attention any further into it, other than them saying it reminded them of Carlisle and Red Tobacco, because I like to have my own opinions on things. When I first sprayed this on, I was like, that doesn't smell like Carlisle or Red Tobacco at all. But bear with me for about 20 minutes, because that will change. So the first 10 to 15 minutes, it's more of like fruity and powdery. There's like a peach note that comes through. Actually, I haven't looked at the notes yet, but they are on the inside of the box, so I'll read them to you. Saffron, white peach, green apple, and RHUM notes. So I'm not sure if that's rum. Patchouli, jasmine, tonka, and vetiver in the heart. Tobacco, amber, sandalwood, vanilla, and musk in the base. which is crazy because in the opening is when I actually get a lot of vanilla. I get this powdery vanilla, I get some musk, and then I also get this green apple and peach mixture, and then you get a little bit of this sweet and spiciness that you get from the saffron. Mixes all together, and it's actually a lot better right now than it was yesterday. The opening for me yesterday was not my favorite part of it. I can tell you that. The opening, I was just like, I don't know. It was not what I was expecting, though, because again, I was expecting to go into it thinking it was exactly like Carlisle and Red Tobacco, or something in that line. But the opening isn't like that. It's more fruity, has a powderiness to it, some spice. But then very quickly, I would say about 10 to 15 minutes into this fragrance, it starts to mellow into this fragrance that is not like the opening at all. That fruitiness kind of goes away and becomes more of a background nuance. You get that tobacco popping in. And to me, again, you can make your own formulations, decisions on what it smells like to you. But for me, it does have Carlisle vibes when it comes to that unique spiciness, like the nutmeg that you get from Carlisle. It doesn't have the dense woods or anything like that. But to me, it reminds me of a less harsh, higher quality red tobacco if it wasn't as woody and then had those unique spices from Carlisle. And then it did a little bit of its own thing. So I really, really enjoy the dry down. The opening is a little bit more situational for me, but the dry down is not. I actually quite enjoy the scent, but after the 20 minutes, the opening is not my favorite part of it. But again, right now, it's actually quite nice. I don't know, maybe I just have to live with it for a few times. But again, this is more of a first impression than anything. But anyway, let's see what y'all are saying, and then I'll let you know a little bit more about it. Just popping in to say hi. Well, thank you. Appreciate it. Scent of the day is Vanilla Vibes. Nice choice, Eddie. Didn't you say you bought that for somebody? I don't know. I thought you did. Don't mind me. Reflection and Diamant can be... Hey, what's up, Auntie Newt? I just had to thought about that. Last night, Newt was saying to me that he was trying out Amouage Diamant. And if you guys look on Fragrantica under the comments section, there's people that said, this is good if you're my 100-year-old grandma. Then somebody else was like, this is the typical old auntie scent. And so I went back to Newt. I was like, I guess you're one of those old aunties. And I agreed. Whenever I first smelled it, I thought it smelled like an older person's fragrance. But anyway, gotta support Fragcom Ross. Absolutely do. From all the names that are in here right now, I know you guys all follow Ross, so I'm not even going to say go follow Ross. Because we got Eddie, Jim, Old Genre, Patrick, Newt, Hamzat, Mo. I know you guys all follow Ross. Mild Day in Dallas went with YSLY EDP. I saw your thing, Roger, and whenever I first looked down and I just saw the name Dallas, I thought you were talking about Chaos. I don't know, anytime the word Dallas pops in my head, all I think about is Chaos fragrances now. TOB is my favorite tobacco scent. So Ross, once it does get into the dry down, I really enjoy the scent. So the opening 15 minutes for me, and my wife said the same thing. She really likes the dry down for it after about 15 to 20 minutes when it turns into closer to that red tobacco Carlisle plus its own little thing. But that opening for me is a little bit too fruity and leaning feminine. That's on my skin. I don't know if it's like that for other people. It's just that opening. It's that peach apple mixture with the saffron spice. It's almost like a little bit feminine on my skin. And then as it works its way into the dry down, I really enjoy it. If that dry down was the only portion of this fragrance, I'd probably give it a 9. But because that opening is there, I probably would have to move it between like an 8.2 and an 8.3 for me personally. Thank you, Ross. I have to go. About to present a award on Juan show. Lots of love. Hey, have fun on Juan show. Dates Delight from House of Oud. Interesting. Oh, that's that one you were talking about, Mo. The one that looks like a giant dinosaur egg. I actually want that just because of the bottle. It looks like a big dinosaur egg. That's pretty sweet. Shout out to Justin. Second Soul has one of the best dry downs of any fragrance that I've tried this entire year. I remember when I first tried out the fragrances, tried out Evening Mystique, tried out Curly's. But the thing is with Curly's, hers leans too femme. I like the scent, but I like it for my wife. It's too feminine for me, even though I do like the scent. And then Justin's I tried, and wow, the opening wasn't my favorite part, just like this one. The dry down for his was immaculate. But that whole scent, I actually wore through my 10 milliliters of decants. While I find it a little bit situational, I wore through all 10 milliliters. Got to buy that bottle ASAP. Amouage Journeyman is on the menu. Like I said, I'll take a table for one, man. Even though Amouage Journeyman was not one of my favorites, I can say. At least I think, no, that wasn't one of the ones I tried, so scratch that and reverse it. I still get a bit of peach and apple, even. Yeah, Neil, so it crawls down to underneath it. So that's why I said it's kind of like if you took a higher quality red tobacco without those dense woods and the harshness, mix it together with the spices from Carlisle, and then a little bit of its own thing. And to me, that own thing that it brings is that kind of amber and powdery vanilla mixed together with a little bit of that fruitiness. While that's more prominent in the opening, it becomes more of a back tone in the dry down. So yes, it is still there, but it becomes more of a background nuance for me. Interesting, Jim. I love Carlisle. And just an FYI, so Jim sent this to me because he said that he didn't like it very much. So it was a very good trade for both of us, at least from what I understand. And I told him, I said, this bottle is super nice. Once I get that cap glued in, it's going to be one of the centerpieces of my collection. But I can tell you the quality in this is amazing. It's just I'm not quite sure how I feel about the opening, but again, I'll have to sit with it because right now it's a lot better than it was yesterday. The opening part of it. The dry down I love. So the dry down is a love for me. While it's still a little bit situational, I can't wear it every day. I can see myself wearing it once a week, going on a date with my wife or something, because I know that she likes it. It's just the opening, that fruitiness, I'm not 100% sure how I feel about it yet. I'll have to let you guys know once I do my full review on it. I'll have to get a few wearings on it first. Living Stromboli is a... I was waiting for you to answer, Gabriel. Dolce & Gabbana light blue flanker. It's... I need to make sure that you're not lying to me. Dolce... Who would call it that? Light blue. Living Stromboli. It really is. There was a Dolce & Gabbana light blue flanker called Living Stromboli. What are the damn notes of that? Why is it called Living Stromboli if it's an aquatic, fresh citrus fragrance? That doesn't make any damn sense. Goodness gracious. Well, thanks for letting me know, Gabriel. I had no idea. I thought I'd love Journeyman based on the notes, and it didn't work for me. Yeah, I can't remember which ones I tried. So if you guys go back to my Amouage live stream, if it still exists, I think it does. It wasn't one of the ones that I took away because it didn't have any drama on it. I did 6 that were sent to me by Lock D Sense. He sent me a bunch, and then one of my subscribers sent me one. And then I tried them all together, and then a few days later, Hamzat sent me Diaman. And for me, Diaman smelled like a florally grape soda that was very, very powdery. And then Beach Hut, I still have my decan of Beach Hut. It sits out here because I like wearing that in the spring. It's very, very herbaceous, and it doesn't smell like a Beach Hut unless your Beach Hut was made out of like rosemary and basil and like 7,000 different herbs. What's up, Dedrick? How you doing, bud? If you guys haven't checked out Dedrick's channel, I did a live with him and Ross and him, just me and him. But anyway, he has a really good channel. Started about 6 months to a year before me, I believe. He's just creeping around 10,000 right now, I believe. But get him up to that 10,000 because Ross is going to be doing a giveaway once he hits 10,000 of 2 of his... I think it's Evening Mystique and Business Over Pleasure once Dedrick gets to 10,000. So once you guys go over and click that subscribe button. Anyway, Splacka! Yep. They need to make a channel Allure Homme. Why did I say channel? They need to make a Chanel Allure Homme Edition Blanche Elixir. They sure do, fam. I absolutely love that fragrance right there. And if you haven't smelled that one right there, Xerjoff Uden, it has that mixed together with coffee, rum, and spices. It's kind of like a Dijon Blanche if it's not as lemon cream pie-ish, and then you mix it together with coffee, rum, and spices. And that's what you get with Uden. Xerjoff Uden is my favorite Xerjoff. I really, really like that fragrance. Danae is really nice from Argos. So the two that I want to try, I actually said it last night. I want to try Danae and I want to try Adonis Awakens. So I'm going to contact Christian in January, like he said for me too. And I'm going to say, if there's any chance, I want to try Danae or Adonis Awakens. Because now that I have this guy, I'm just happy that I tried it. Because a lot of people said it revolved around, all of his fragrances revolved around the note of rose, and this does not revolve around the note of rose. It revolves around, in the opening, fruits, powder, and vanilla, and then when you get to the dry down, it's kind of like red tobacco meets Carlisle, higher quality, with a little bit of those fruits undertoning it. It's really nice, really semi-situational fragrance, but very good, very, very nice. Danae is Blonde Woods. Oh, I love Blonde Woods. Don't tell me that, Noon. I'm going to have to go pick it up before I even try to get it. Anyway, so let's move on to this next one. This is the second one that I tried out only on a tester, so I will spray it on my skin now. This is Amouage Opus. Let's see. I don't know Roman numerals, so Opus 14 Royal Tobacco. So Amouage Royal Tobacco. Brought to you by Jim Little again. I sprayed this on a tester, and I can tell you, this is my favorite Amouage so far, hands down, by far. And you want to know what it smells like? In the opening, at least for the first 15 minutes, it smells the same on skin too. It smells like if you mixed two fragrances together, and then the one took over the other one as you get further into the fragrance. It smells like Boss Bottled Elixir meets Bond Number 9 New Harlem. That like pancakes and syrup style vibe with the aromatics. It's not as gourmand as that, but it takes that incense and that sweetness that you get from Boss Bottled Elixir, and it mixes it together with that smell that you get from New Harlem. It's a gem. As you get further into the fragrance, about 30 minutes in, it smells like a higher quality Boss Bottled Elixir with tobacco. It is almost exact. Just like Boss Bottled Elixir, it is heavy on the smoke, but not in the opening. While Boss Bottled Elixir is heavy in the opening on the smoke, and then it dries down and gets a little bit more sweeter and creamier. This one, it gets more smoky as you get further into the fragrance, as does that tobacco. The tobacco starts to pull up. The smoke actually is coming out pretty heavily now. So on a tester, the smoke comes out a little bit later, but this is a beautiful scent. It's a little bit more situational than Boss Bottled Elixir, though, which is already a situational fragrance. So just like all Amouages, you need to make sure that you're okay with buying something for $190 that you might not be able to wear every day. I have a 2 milliliter Royal Tobacco. It's nuclear. It is a nuclear scent. And which you guys know, I don't really like nuclear fragrances, which a lot of reviewers come out there and they're like, splacka, or some people spray it 35 times. I don't like heavy fragrances. I like fragrances that push maybe about 5 to 6 feet away from me and then they stop. They're not room fillers. This one's nuclear and I don't have a problem with it. This is a one spray fragrance that you can just let mellow in the air. If you spray it one time, it's going to be fantastic. But it's still not as heavy as Sauvage Elixir, so that one spray is going to last on your skin probably for a while. I haven't quite got there yet, but it almost smells like it has a little bit of a chocolatey vibe and almost like you're sitting by a campfire. Yeah, I really enjoy this scent. It's a very high quality, smoky incense with some sweetness underneath it. A little bit of almost a chocolatey vibe. Let me look up the notes for it. I haven't looked up the notes for it yet. Oh, I'm already on it. There we go. So, Amouage Royal Tobacco. Okay, amber, sweet, balsamic, soft, spicy. And the main notes for Royal Tobacco are, all right, olibanum, or olibanum, however you want to say it, anise, elemi resin, cardamom, basil. So you're looking at a lot of spice and smoke just right there in the opening. A little bit of bergamot too, which I don't get. Tobacco, licorice. It's just darkness and darkness. Fenugreek, which looks like it's a type of spice. Prunal, it looks like a compound. Lavender, osmanthus, orange blossom, rose. And then in the base, even more olibanum for even more smoke. Bourbon vanilla, myrrh to bring some of that smoky resins. Birch tar to make it even darker. Benzoin to make it even richer. Oud to make it even darker. Labdanum to make it even darker. Peru balsam, I don't know exactly what that smells like. Kayak wood, make it darker. Tonka bean, make it sweeter. Vetiver, make it smokier. And musk is fucking musk. So, yeah. Let's just simplify the fragrance. It smells like Boss Bottled Elixir, higher quality, almost like a campfire incense instead of an incense. It smells like campfire smoke and not the incense that you get from Boss Bottled Elixir. But the style of fragrance is very, very similar. If you wanted me to compare to something, it would be Boss Bottled Elixir with a little bit of that New Harlem DNA, that little bit of sweetness in it, and that resinous kind of like creaminess to it. And then it has a nice dense woods with this dry tobacco leaf throughout the... It smells like a tobacco leaf on fire. That's really the best way I could put it. A tobacco leaf on fire with amber and resins floating throughout the whole fragrance. That's what it smells like. Yeah, I'm glad I said that because that's exactly what I'm using for my video. It smells like a tobacco leaf thrown into a fire with ambers and resins. That's what the fragrance smells like. Yeah, I'm using my hands a lot. All right, so dude, how would Royal Tobacco compare to the Cuban tobacco you tried a few lives ago? I like Cuban tobacco more because it's a more wearable scent. While it is still situational, I like the chocolate from there. While there is almost a little bit of a chocolatey vibe, I'm not sure if you get that, Newt, but there is a little bit of a chocolatey vibe to this. Even though there's not chocolate in it, there's a lot of shit that blends together that smells like other things. And in this scent, it smells like a campfire, tobacco leaf, a little bit of this creaminess, chocolate almost. And that one, it legit smells like if you had a chocolate-flavored Cuban cigar. That's what that scent smells like. Imagine Parfums de Marly Harad dried out with like dark chocolate next to it. That's exactly what Cuban tobacco smells like. So this one has a lot more incense, a lot more of that smoke, and a lot more of that darkness to it. I really like Boss Bottled Elixir. I bought a 50 mil. Is this one of your? Is it one of your favorites of the year? As far as the Boss Bottled Elixir, is it one of my favorites of the year? It's one of my unique favorites of the year. I can't put it as one of my favorites of the year because I can't wear it. And I always tell people that I can't put something on my top 5 list of the year if it's something that I can't wear every day. That's the way that I look at it. And I don't mean by every day all year round. Like, I know there's seasonal scents, like Le Male Elixir and that one, that can only be worn in certain seasons, but they can be worn every day during those seasons if you so choose. Boss Bottled Elixir is not one of those scents that you can wear every single day, because if you're going out on a date, yes, you could wear it, but if you're going to a wedding, you couldn't wear it. If you're probably going to Giant Eagle, you probably don't want to wear it. That's my point. And so, no, it would be my top 5 unique scents of the year. It would not. It would probably be number 1 for unique scents of the year. But as far as in my top 5 of the year, no. My top 5 of the year right now, number 1 is that guy right there. Number 2 is, I forgot this scent existed, so I'm gonna put it at 4 actually. Number 2 is Paco Rabanne's 1 Million Royal. Number 3 is going to be, I need to think about what came out this year. What else came out? I really like YSL Myself. That one's actually pretty good too. Yeah, I'll say number 3 is, I don't know. Number 3 is YSL Myself for me. Number 4 is Guerlain's Habit Rouge Privé, or Abbey Rouge Privé. I forgot that fragrance existed because I didn't buy a bottle yet and I was waiting for spring. That fragrance is a tale of two fragrances. It's vintage barbershop, soapy in the opening. As you get to the dry down, it's a modern sweet vanilla and warm woods. It's a beautiful fragrance. I love that, and the bottle is sick. Um, I can't remember what else is going. What else came out this year? I don't like Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male Elixir that much anymore. Just an FYI. It's too heavy for me, and you guys know I don't like strong scents. It smells good. My wife does not like it, so I can't wear it. Oh, you know what? For number 5, I'm going to do the new Rosassi Havas Ice. Rosassi Havas Ice is actually really a nice fragrance. If you take away any comparisons to any of the other fragrances, and you don't own any fragrances, and you had to rate the fragrances that came out this year, I would probably say, as far as designer fragrances go, Rosassi Havas Ice is probably number 5 for me. I actually quite like that fragrance in comparison to the other ones that came out this year. But I know I'm forgetting something. I mean, don't kill me because I can't remember all the fragrances. There was 33 fragrances that came out this year, and they all came out in the beginning of the year. I spent almost $3,000 in 2 or 3 months. That was nuts. I bought Platine Privé and Habit Rouge Privé at the same time. Both are fantastic. Platine Privé was my number 5, but I moved that out of the number 5 because I wanted to put the Abbey Rouge Privé because one of my subscribers reminded me of it yesterday with their Scent of the Day post. So what situation for Royal Tobacco? I honestly don't know. I'm trying to think about that, and the only thing that keeps popping in my head, because everybody does their own thing. During the fall and winter, I like to go to my campground. And so for me, it's legit like the perfect campground scent. But not everybody does that. Where would I see you wearing something that smells like a tobacco leaf on fire with amber and resins out on a date? It's a night dark fragrance, so it's a night out fragrance. I don't know if you would want to wear it on a first date. You would want to make sure that this girl is somebody that you've been with for a while and that likes the scent before you wear it on that date, because you don't want to wear this polarizing ass fragrance on your first date. Please stay away from it. Wear something like Bleu de Chanel. I mean, keep it simple, stupid. Don't do anything stupid on your first date. I'm way past my first date. I started dating my wife before the Penguins won their first of 3 Stanley Cups with Sidney Crosby, so it's been a while. I found Ross Club Elixir as okay, but nothing. I agree. Ingenious Ginger is not a designer. I was doing my top 5 designers. So Ingenious Ginger would be in my top 5 if I was doing everything. It wouldn't be number 1, though. I really do like Ingenious Ginger, but it would probably be number 2. I still like that guy. That guy still, no matter what anybody says, Spice Bomb is, it's infrared. It's just a more mature version of the original. By the way, which do you guys recommend if you could only pick one? Spice Bomb, Night Vision, and Infrared. Hey, you guys want to see? Oh, damn it. It's on my other phone. So my moderator, Hamzat, he made this new spice. We were talking about different spice bombs. While they were talking, I was sleeping. And then I woke up and I saw he made a picture of what he wanted from a spice bomb. And it was a blue spicy, it was a spice bomb that was blue. And it was spicy, not the color blue. I'm talking about like a blue fragrance. And then he made it. It was called Spice Bomb Sapphire. And the bottom was like this almost Pacific blue with a blue stripe around it. It looks sick. I wish I could show it to you guys right now, but I can't because I have my daughter's phone. But, yeah. Where would you want when you want? So say then, yeah. Best Tobacco Royal from Precious Liquids. I tried a few Precious Liquids. Blue Agave, that one was good. I was sent that as one of my first fragrances somebody ever sent me. Sorry, Patrick, I'm going backwards. Randy, do you like Frank? I haven't heard of that at all. It smells like cola tobacco. No, I have never heard of Frank Bocklet. or Bacchus, I'm guessing. But yeah, I've never heard of that. What would you mostly pick as the best smelling fragrance of 2023? Yes, for 2023, to me, to some other people, there was a lot of great fragrances in 2023. If you're going in the indie and niche route, maybe there is, but I didn't try many of them. I do want to tell you guys, I keep forgetting to bring this up on my channel, but I tried Gucci Guilty Elixir. I tried it 3 weeks ago, and I also tried it today. Gucci Guilty Elixir, a lot of people were telling me how bad it was. A lot of people were telling me that it was the best release of the year. And that I have yet to like a Gucci Guilty. I thought most of them are just mid, which is why I own 0 of them. Gucci Guilty Absolute is probably my favorite of those. But the new Gucci Guilty Elixir, it smells kind of like Gucci Guilty's version of Versace the Dreamer. And you guys know my feelings on Versace the Dreamer. It's like a powdery floral. It's the same with this. It's a cardamom balm with a powdery floral. That's the fragrance, and I don't like it. It's not that I hate it. I just don't like it. It's just, it's a 6 for me. You guys, if you like that style of fragrance, I completely understand. It's in the same realm as Yop Homme. It's in the same realm as Versace the Dreamer, Mont Blanc Individuel. There's those florally, powdery style fragrances. It's just not my cup of tea. I got a sample last week. We'll probably wear it sometime this week. A little bit. I tried to smell it. Why am I reading like a freaking 2-year-old right now? I got a sample last week. We'll probably wear it sometime this week. The little bit I tried smelled fantastic. Awesome, Neil. All right. Now I'm going back down. Gucci Guilty Elixir, I. All right. That is a half-written sentence. What about Rouse Club Elixir? Rouse Club Elixir is a good fragrance. I wore it the other day. My wife likes it. She doesn't love it. I don't love it. I like it. I find it to be like an 8, which is above average, but not to the point of love. So I do think it's a good fragrance. Rouse Club Parfum is the best one in the line. So Rouse Club Elixir is the longest lasting and the best projecting in the line, but the Rouse Club Parfum is by far, in my opinion, the best one as far as the scent itself in the line. And I know that Mo agrees with me and a lot of other people. I like that kind of semi-sweet aromatic tone that the Rouse Club DNA had going on for it. And then when they switched it over to this that Orris, buttery Orris DNA, it's kind of like they went away from that Rouse Club DNA. And that's what I liked about it. So, I mean, I still like the fragrance. I think it's good. I think it's good for what it's a very wearable scent. Probably the most well-rounded elixir this year because it's a very wearable, loud fragrance that's not overly polarizing. So, yes. What's up, Sandy? I've been seeing you a lot lately. We've been talking a lot in a lot of different live streams, so welcome to mine. I'm mixing and really enjoying Azzaro's The Most Wanted and Most Wanted Parfum. They smell amazing and delicious together. All 3 of them. Wanted by Night, The Most Wanted, and Most Wanted Parfum. You can layer any of them with any of them, and they smell amazing. And the best way to layer them is not to put them on top of each other. It's to spray one here, one here, one here, one here, so that they meld in the air. That's the best way that I found to layer any fragrance, is to layer them next to each other so they meld in the air. Except for light blue intense and Set Sail St. Bart's, you have to spray them together to make that Set Sail St. Bart's last more than 45 minutes. How's everyone doing? Scent of the day, ginger and white. Ooh, that sounds like a really interesting fragrance. Ginger and white tea. Mo talking in the third person. Mo agrees because he knows what he's talking about. Speaking of Mo, you guys asked, and so I'm bringing it to you. So a lot of people, whenever I did my moderators top 5 designer fragrances of the year, they chose to do designers and didn't do any niche or indie. And so a lot of people said, hey, can you do a moderator's top 5 niche fragrances? And so they just agreed yesterday, and so we're going to be doing that probably next week or the week after. Layer Black Phantom and Leighton 1 to 2. Oh, interesting. Black Phantom's not one of my favorites, but I feel like that would be a good layering fragrance. When you said ginger and white tea, it automatically reminded me of Nishane's Wulong Cha. That smells so damn good. It took me so long to smell that fragrance, and then Newt sent it to me, and I am so happy he did. But anyway, Sandy, I'm glad that you just arrived, because every time I think of Terence Hughes, I think of you, because you were like the first person to talk about it and the last person to talk about it, I think. But we have two of them here. We have one that I heard really bad stuff about, and one that I haven't really heard anything about. And this is Slut and Neon. And then I also want to try Hard Candy, because it's the one that a lot of people talk about. But I'm going to start out with the one that I heard bad stuff about, and that is Slut. I don't know anything about this fragrance. I don't know if it is good. I don't know if it's an elixir. I honestly have no idea. Okay. It's so crazy. You know what this smells like? It's Amouage Diamant. At least from what I remember. This is, yeah. It's not though. This is a little bit different. So this has like a mintiness to it. Almost like an herbaceous citrus tone. Almost like a barbershop style fragrance now. It's starting to change really quickly. Because at first it reminded me of Diamant, and then now it's within 2 seconds. It is legit like a barbershop lemon, a little bit minty, some aromatics in there. I actually don't mind it. That first few seconds was kind of weird, but this is definitely something that an older man would wear. Like, not my age. I would not wear this. You would have to be kind of, I would say, 40 to 60. It's not bad. Yeah, it's just an old vintagey style fragrance. I want Slut to myself. Who wants a bad slut? If there was a new slut, then it's amazing. Oh, I don't know. Hey, Jim, are you still here? Do you know if this is like the new slut or the old slut? Because there's a lot of sluts out there. I mean, I don't think, I don't know. Can you tell by the bottle? It just says slut. I've tried a lot of Terence Hughes, and my favorite is, hey, Daddy, can you give me some? Can you give me a slut? I wanna try Odyssey, but I can't seem to get it. I've tried 6. I've tried Maverick. I'm just gonna put them the ones that I remember liking. I didn't like any of them at first, but then I ended up coming around to Maverick and Guapo. Those were the 2 that I enjoyed. I think that Supernova, is that the name of it? I think it sucks. I think Supernova is trash. After my first impressions of it, it's not very good. I don't know. It's kind of just one of those fragrances that it's trying to do like the Office / Aventus / whatever, and I just did not like it. Terence Hughes Haze. I think I tried that one. I honestly couldn't. I remember Guapo and Maverick were the only ones I can remember that I have. I have them all right here. Let me see if I can dig some of them out. I know what kind of decant they were in. This is one of my 6. I know I just put them in this one. So, let's see. I know they're small. And there's only a few small ones. Terence Hughes Blue Haze. Is that what you're talking about? Blue Haze? That's Zerjoff. Tom Ford's Electric Cherry. Creed Royal Water. Terence Hughes Legend. Gentleman Cologne. Guapo. I knew I had them in here. Coastal Carolina Southern Peach Tea. Ombre Imperial. L'Homme Ultime. These are some good-ass fragrances, I'm telling you. I'm spoiled. You guys, Blood Orange. That shit is dirt. It is straight dirt. It isn't straight dirt. I actually it got better the more I wore it, but it's still pretty bad. Even though I know a couple people out there do like it, I don't really care. I'm not you. You know what's really good? Prada Amber. I need to try Prada Amber Intense. I'm leaving that out. I want to wear it tomorrow. Prada Amber is a nice fragrance. Very clean, fresh linens. But Prada Amber... Oh, Maverick. There we go. Now I'm done searching. I got them out. Was it Blue Haze or Haze? Did I like Haze? We'll figure it out. Yeah. Citrusy. Some aromatics tones, but it's coming off it might have soured. It's coming off like a slight BO. And I know I don't have BO, so nobody say that. Do not say that. I don't. I just took a shower. I don't know. It has a slight dirty feeling right now. Let me try it on a tester. I just ordered Prada Amber Intense. Can't wait to try it. I know Ross just reviewed it. I have never tried that, and I didn't try the original Prada Amber until Mo just sent it to me. It must have mixed with something. Yeah, that's a nice one. That's probably, now that I'm smelling that, that's one of my favorites. Let's see. ATH Blue Haze. Parfumo. Pink grapefruit, Brazilian orange, lemon, so a lot of citruses. Black currant, pineapple, pink pepper. I don't get any of that. Maybe the black currant, but that's it. There's like lavender and shit in here. Let me see. Nope. Galbanum and jasmine. No, it's just a lot of citrus and musk. I really enjoy that fragrance. I don't know why I don't remember it. I guess I need to revisit them. Will the new Acqua di Gio Parfum perform well in the fall and winter? Any thoughts, guy? It's more of a spring and summer scent, but it is also an Acqua di Gio. And most Acqua di Gios perform well in any season. They are, for us, because we're in the fragrance community, they become more seasonal the more fragrances you have. The more you like to separate your fragrances based on season. Like, for instance, Profondo and Profondo Lights work best in spring. Profondo kind of in the summer too, but this new one is more for the summer with a little bit of a spring and fall vibe to it in the early fall and early spring or late spring. But Acqua di Gio Absolute is a great all-season date night fragrance. The original is pretty much for any season, even though it is kind of aquatic, but this one is just the same. I mean, Profumo is a more luxurious vibe. It's more modern. It's more of your late day into evening style scent, but you can wear them. You can wear them anytime you want because they're an Acqua di Gio. So yes, you can wear the new Parfum right now, and it's not going to really be bad. But if you have other fragrances, you'd probably have a better chance in the cold of it eating through the cold and projecting better, if that makes sense. Wear your fragrances when you want to wear your fragrances. I actually just sold my Acqua di Gio Parfum because I decided that I like the Profumo better and that I do not need the Parfum. The Parfum is something that I actually don't need anymore because it's just redundant to the better Profumo. And I have 2 bottles of Profumo, so I don't need it. Sorry, I gotta put some Aquaphor on. This is the best chapstick you can buy. Yes, I understand there's like Carmex and stuff, but if you ever want to keep your lips I hate chapped lips. I never have it. I even asked my wife a couple days ago. We were having a conversation. She goes, "In the 15 or 16 years that you knew me, have I ever had chapped lips?" And I was like, "No." She was like, "You either." I was like, "Yeah, I know, because I'm being so fucking random today. I gotta keep them separated." That's how I read that. Randy, the new slut is totally different. The old slut. I wasn't particularly fussed with the previous version. I can't. I just can't right now. The new slut is totally different to the old slut. Yeah. It's a little bit. The new slut's a little bit thicker. I'm done. I'm done. Sorry, guys. Office for Men is one of my favorite freshies. I find Office for Men very nice as well. I also sold mine because I had to. And I sold it to my moderator, and he let me take a decant from it. So I was happy with that. I have so many fragrances that Office for Men really didn't do anything for me. Uh, Detroit's Forest fan, which version do you have? Saw Sticks. Oh, that's nice. They finally played Mr. Roboto. No, that's awesome. Forever they didn't play it. Just started playing the last few. I actually just saw AC/DC, my favorite band of all time. Them and Journey are my. So I have like a top 5 list of bands that I've been obsessed with since I was little. Not in any order. It's Journey, AC/DC, Incubus, Sublime, and Audio Slave. Those are the 5. Well, really, it's Chris Cornell, so pretty much any band he's ever been in. And so when I go back and I see anytime they come here in town, I watch them. And then you can also throw in Breaking Benjamin because they're from my hometown, and I watch them pretty much everywhere they go. But yeah. FragranceDoud, do you think Azara wanted EDP smells a bit like No, I do not. But I can see where you're talking. I mean, they have that kind of like sweet, but Boss Scent Magnetic is super unique. It has that cereal bran absolute where it's almost like a dried honey-like cereal mixed together with that black vanilla husk. So no, I don't smell the similarities there because in Most Wanted, it's a warm and spicy cardamom mixed together with that toffee, which is almost like a resin like. I can't think of the name. Why can't I think about it right now? It's kind of like a vanilla cake is what it comes off to me like, but this one does not come off like a vanilla cake. So no, I do not see the similarities, but I can understand what you're saying because they have similar qualities, but I don't smell the similarities, no. Do you even vape, bro? What do you mean? Do I even vape? Somebody asked that question to somebody else the other day. I don't. I smoked until I was 2020, and I quit. So what is that? Just about 3 years, a little bit over 3 years. But no, I think vaping sucks. My wife has a vape that has like the THC shit in it, but I always tell her to keep it away from me. Yes to Audio Slave and Soundgarden. All I can, ever since I said Chris Cornell, all I think in my head is bung 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 bung. You know that song, Like a Stone? Have you guys ever heard of that? Hold on. Like a Stone. I haven't played music on my live stream ever. I need to find a way to do that. Freaking commercials. Anyway, so we have one more to get to, which I completely forgot that I have now, but it is Terence Hughes Neon. Once I get this Audio Slave thing going, then I'm going to play 2 seconds of it, and then I'm going to do that. That's one of my top 5 songs of all time. I've always been obsessed with Audio Slave. Not that you guys give a shit, But yeah, I figured I would play that for absolutely no fucking reason. Anyway, so let me get back to where I was, which is the live stream. I'm very familiar with that song. Absolutely fantastic. That's a great song. Yeah. It's a, I, yeah, not that you guys care. It was in my head, so I had to play it. Terence Hughes, Neon, which is a fragrance channel that we're on right now, so why am I playing music? You know what's funny? I don't know any of you guys were growing up in the 90s like I was, but do you remember waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning? Uh, and then you would look at the TV and there would be like that the ballads, like the top whatever ballads, and there'd be like Celine Dion, or there would be like that smooth pop hits or whatever like that, and you would wake up and you would just stare at the TV. Somebody did a skit the other day and it was hilarious. Huh. I don't think I got enough of that neon. I like it. This might be my favorite so far. Very citrusy. There's like a orange. It's almost like a citrus salad that is dominated by orange. Like an orange pine. This reminds me of like that orange pineapple banana, that dole juice. That's what it reminds me of. Have you guys ever had those like Dole Whips that they sell at like the beach and stuff like that? Kind of reminds me of like a pineapple orange Dole Whip. Very, very nice. This is going to be great for the spring and summer. I still have yet to try a fall and winter scent. The only one that I can think is even fall and winter enough would be Maverick. But that's more of like an all season. This is beautiful. Very, very fresh pineapple. It's almost like a pineapple ring mixed with like a mandarin orange or a clementine or something. Oh, that's nice. Thank you, Jim. I enjoy this. Does it have like... It has like a fizziness to it, almost like a fizzy woods. Maybe some kind of like... I don't know. Cashmere woods or ambroxan. That's nice. That's the best one I've tried by Terence Hughes so far. Either that or either that Maverick or Blue Haze. Oh, dude. I'm telling you, Triumph of Bacchus dries down beautiful. It is really freaking good. I just smelled my left hand trying to figure out what was on it, and I was like, yeah, that's the dry down of Triumph of Bacchus. The opening, I still don't I'm still not 100% sure, but the dry down of Triumph of Bacchus, if you want a super high quality moist tobacco with a sweet and spiciness to it that is super mellow and super smooth, it's really nice. Just try to find it on a discount. That's really good. I understand when it comes to buying fragrances, some people, $1,000 to them is chump change. And so I'm trying to talk to the people that, like the 90% of people out there, that it's hard for them to buy a $100 fragrance all the time. So either buy the $120, $5 version or wait for some kind of sale on Argos. Because if there is one that you would buy and you want a very nice, beautiful tobacco fragrance, this is it. TOB is one of my favorite winter scents. Does the tobacco smell like red tobacco? So Patrick, I'll just repeat it for anybody who's new to the live stream since I reviewed it. So I wore this yesterday, and the opening was not my favorite part. I would still say it's a good smelling scent, but when I sprayed it on today, the opening was a little bit better than it was yesterday, but it's still not my favorite part. The opening 15 minutes doesn't smell like red tobacco or Carlisle at all. It actually, and I was really confused by that because I had so many people tell me that it smelled like that. That when you actually spray on Triumph of Bacchus, it starts out like a peach heavy mixture with a little bit of apple mixed together with this kind of like powdery vanilla and musk. It has a little bit of this saffron in the background, providing a sweet and spiciness. That might be a little bit of a call to the Carlisle of the world, but for the most part, it's a little bit feminine in the opening. Has a fruitiness, the peach, the musk. But after 15 minutes, that peach and musk and apple and all that really just fly to the background, as it reminds me of a higher quality, less harsh, and less woody version of red tobacco if you mix it together with the really high quality, unique spices from Carlisle. Put those together with a little bit of that opening in the background, that like peach and apple and musk, it's just underneath it. It smells like, to me, red tobacco that's just way, 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 way better. That's the best way I can put it, again, with the spices from Carlisle. And a little bit of its own jazz to it. I think it's a beautiful scent. It's much better today in the opening than it was yesterday, but I would give the opening today about an 8, and I would give the scent itself after the opening probably a 9. Overall, I would say the fragrance, I'd still have to judge it off that opening, because if I'm going to wear something that I have to wait 20 minutes for it to get great, I need to make sure that I like that opening enough. So I would say it's probably like an 8.3 for me, or 8.4. If that opening wasn't a thing, it would be a 9. But I really do like the scent. Triumph of Bacchus. It's just, it does have a little bit of a situational value to it because of that opening. But once it gets to the dry down, it's not as situational as you would think. And it's a little bit more unisex than what you get from red tobacco and Carlisle. Time to get ready for bed. Night all. Hey, Neil, thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. 30 milliliter Argo fragrances are showing up on Fragrance Buy. Nice. Those are $125 on their site, so that's a little bit more manageable. And to be honest with you, 30 milliliters of this will last you years. A lot of years. Even if you only have a few fragrances in your collection, this is a very sturdy bottle. The cap was an issue for me, but I have to glue that on. It's the interior of the cap. You can see the glue. But I'll fix that. Anyway, 125 milliliter, or $125 for a 30 milliliter, I think would be the better bet for that fragrance because of the situational value of it. And then if you like it, then the next time you get it the bigger size. And maybe at that point in time, the prices will be a little bit lower. But anyway, I totally agree with Jim. ATH Daddy is exceptional. I haven't tried Daddy. I haven't tried Daddy. Daddy wasn't one of the ones I had. I still need to get some of them. We'll see. Daddy is a cool weather fragrance. You should try it. I need to get my hands on some of them. I mean, I already have my hands on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 now. But let's see. I'm going to get back to Neon. So this is just, if you like a lot of citrus, that's what this is. It's citrus, musk, and ambergris. It reminds me of something. There's a fragrance that I smelled by Louis Vuitton. It has a vibe of Afternoon Swim, just with a different type of citrus. Where it's a very simplistic citrus fragrance, super high quality, that just blends together this musk and ambergris in the background, which is what you get with Afternoon Swim. Yeah, I would give this an 8.5. I think that it is a beautiful spring and summer fragrance, more leaning to the summer. Terence Hughes Neon, very good fragrance. Yeah, I really enjoy that. I think that's what it was. It's either that or it was one of the Atelier fragrances. Newt, how do you feel about Azara 1 at EDP? He likes it, I believe. I know the other two put it in their top 5. Does the tobacco smell like red tobacco? I already read that. Adonis Awakens is $70, I believe, on Frag. What? Fragrance Buy. Speaking of Fragrance Buy and Fragrance Net, just so all of you guys, I had a lot of you guys say, why do you always post for JOMASHOP? And I said, because my affiliate is with JOMASHOP, and I'm always cruising on their site because that's where I get a lot of my fragrances. So every 2 weeks, I post the best sales I see. But a lot of people said, do you have affiliates for Fragrance Buy and Fragrance Net? Last night, they I finished the FragranceNet one, which I think FragranceNet sucks nowadays, to be honest with you. But I do have Fragrance Spy affiliate links, so I will be doing more Fragrance Spy than anything, because I love Fragrance Spy. They're my favorite site. So I am affiliated with them as of last night now, so you guys will start seeing me post every like couple weeks about Fragrance Spy deals, stuff like that. They're going to start sending me like emails before the actual sale starts, so you guys can have a little bit of a peek inside as to what's about to come. So I will let you guys know that as well. Dude, I think you'll enjoy the fall and winter options to Back and Daddy. I'll try to get my hands on them. I have a very bad memory, and I'll be honest with you, as soon as I get out this live stream, unless somebody like reminds me that I should get them 5 times, I'll forget 4. You'll tell me tonight, and then I'll forget tomorrow morning because I'll wake up and I'll be playing like Pokemon or something on my phone, and I'll completely forget what you said. I have like most of the week off. By the way, did you guys see the new glasses? They don't have no more glare. There is no more glare on my glasses, and except for on the frames. And they no longer have my black glasses, which I've used for like 10 years. So now I have these like clear glasses. I was like, whatever. They kind of have the same shape as my other ones. You forgot to put Hugo Boss Magnetic. Oh, yeah, I knew there was one. So Hugo Boss The Scent Magnetic would be number 3. So I will go like this. Number 1 is that. Number 2 is 1 Million Royal. Number 3 is Boss The Scent Magnetic. Number 4 is Guerlain's Abbey Rouge Privé. And number 5 is YSL Myself. That would be the 5 that I would put. I bet Daddy and Slut make a good layering combination. He had to have known what he was doing when he was doing that. I mean, I never found him to be this funny guy. I always thought that he was a very serious perfumer. For him to come out with these names, Daddy and Slut, I mean, I just didn't expect that. That would be something that you would expect from me. I would expect, or like Cuba. Cuba would totally make that, or Joey Cannoli. Except for he's a little bit more vulgar than Slut. Onyx versus Onyx Extreme. Thoughts, anyone? I bet Daddy and Slut may. You'll remember it now. Yep. Oh, I'll definitely remember those two. Onyx versus Onyx Extreme. Anyone? And that's not the worst name. There's one, Rammstein Pussy. We had a real funny joke the other night when we were talking with the moderator. I was talking with Newt, Hamzat, and Mo, and we were talking about something, and I was like, yeah, we'll put that bottle right next to Rammstein Pussy, and you have the perfect layering duo. Yeah, I can't remember what the fragrance was, but, oh no, I didn't hear that either. That's pretty rough. Yeah, that's not a good one. I don't know. So, final thoughts on the video today, because I'm gonna go hang out with my wife, hang out with my wang out. Argos Triumph of Bacchus. It's my first introduction to Argos without actually being sent anything for free from Argos yet. Hopefully in the future I will. But anyway, Triumph of Bacchus, A+. As far as the full fragrance is concerned, I would say the opening is probably like a B-, while the rest of the fragrance is an A++, which equals out to like an A to an A+. I think that this is one of the most beautiful dry downs as far as tobacco fragrances that exists. It really has this kind of like red tobacco, Herod kind of mixture as you dry down. Very, very good fragrance. Very, very good fragrance. As far as Amouage Royal Tobacco, I think that it is a very situational mixture of Boss bottled elixir, but higher quality. If that incense was more of like campfire smoke, like I said, it's almost like you dropped a pound of dry leaf tobacco onto a bonfire and lit it up. And that is pretty much what it smells like, with a little bit of this resins and dark sweetness and woods. As far as Terence Hughes Slut goes, let me see if it still has any kind of smell. It doesn't smell bad. It's kind of like a powdery citrus. Vintage barbershop, so a little bit soapy too. It's not terrible. I would never wear it. It's not terrible. It actually doesn't smell bad at all. Would I buy a bottle of it? No, it's forgettable. Like, completely forgettable. But Terence Hughes Neon, it smells like an Terence Hughes fragrance. They have this kind of like alcohol-y vibe to it. Not bad, not in a bad way. You can tell it's an Terence Hughes fragrance with the oils and the alcohol that he uses. The perfumer's alcohol that he uses is very significantly noticeable. With that said, this is very, very nice. This is Neon. It is like a citrus salad dominated by pineapple and orange, mixed together with musk and a little bit of a dirty ambergris. Very beautiful fragrance. I give that an 8.5. Slut, I'd probably give that like a 7.5. It's a forgettable fragrance. Blue Haze is really good though. I'd give that about an 8.2. Really nice fragrance, but Triumph of Bacchus, the hype on this is not necessarily warranted 100%, where people were saying like it's need to buy it now. But I gotta say, as far as the dry down is concerned, I would recommend anybody out there who wants to try a really significantly good tobacco scent with high quality, at least try yourself a decan of it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful scent. But yeah, I'm gonna probably go hang out with my wife. I bought Continent in raspberry and leather. Oh, that actually sounds pretty nice. I've been getting into these leather fragrances this year, and I gotta say, prostitute should be the next fragrance. Jamie or pimp. I may get a sample of royal tobacco. You should also get a sample of Cuban tobacco if you can. Cuban tobacco is, if you want a chocolate layered Cuban cigar, it's what it smells like. It's a very beautiful fragrance. Neon is very mass appealing. Jeff, Forbidden, and Notorious are both good. Nice. I want to try more Terence Hughes. I can't say that I've been overly thrilled with any of his fragrances to this point, to the point where I'm like, I need to go buy a bottle of that now. But I can say that most of them have a little bit of they smell nice. Like if somebody sends me a decant, I'll wear through most of that decant at some point in time. But I'm not seeing like these sizes for me, for every one of them that I've tried so far, are the perfect size for me. I won't go through this Neon for probably 2 or 3 years. So that's all I need. And so I appreciate Jim for sending me all these fragrances in response to my Pure Havana. But yeah, I hope that you guys are going to have a fantastic day. I am off this entire week, so I'm going to try to do a couple more live streams throughout the week. And then I'm also going to try to... I had too much PTO, if you're wondering. But anyway, I'm going to try to do a live stream and then also bring somebody else onto my live stream, because I've been going to other people's live streams. I'm going to see if Ross or Dedrick or somebody like that wants to come on. Do a nice live this week on my channel. We'll see how it works out. What's going on, Frank? How you doing? But yeah, I'm going to head out. I'm going to go hang out, watch Polar Express because it's on TV. I can hear it. I like that movie. Polar Express is fantastic. All I'm hearing right now is them singing that song on the back of the train and me getting a little bit weepy. But yeah, cheers everybody. Love you guys. Hopefully that you go like, comment on my previous video, but if you haven't, then you're pretty much an asshole. And so go do that now, so you're not an asshole, and be a nice guy or a girl or whatever you want to be. Thank you. Bye.